Cadmus's men, in search of water for his Jovian sacrifice, instead find a dreadful snake with 3 tongues, poison, and eyes that flash with fire. Really, they don't have a chance. Let's read through the next 9 lines. Illa volubilibus squamosos nexibus orbes torquet, et immensos soltus sinuatur in arcus, ac media plus parta leves erectus in auras, despicit omne nimbus, tanto quas corpora quanto, si totum spectes, geminas qui se perat arctos, nec mora, foini cas, si villi terra parabant, si fugam, si vipse timor prohibebat utrumque, occupat. Hos morsu, longis complexibus illos, hos necat, ad flati funesta taba veneni. Who is the illa that begins this passage? Often Latin will use an illa or hic as a way of changing the subject and bringing us back to another subject. We previously had been talking about Cadmus's men, and the rest of the line really identifies that this illa, masculine singular, is the snake and not Cadmus. The synchisis in the rest of the line, by the way, could be Ovid representing the coiling of the snake by coiling up his words. Line 42 has the caesura at a typical point where the last word in the first half line, immensos, modifies the last word in the second half line. Arcus is a 4th declension noun here, so the long us ending can mean that it's accusative plural. And it helps if you remember that in plus the accusative means into. The same structural pattern happens in the next line, with the caesura serving to balance the adjective and the noun. The ablative media parta here is an ablative of comparison. Our comparative word is plus, more, and we translate the ablative phrase here with the word than, more than the middle part of the snake. So, how large is the snake? Well, si totum spectes. Wait, if you see a condition, an if-then, look at the verb and think of its tense and mood. Is this subjunctive? And if it is, what tense is it? And then, how do we translate conditions like this? I'll give you a hint. Spectes is present subjunctive. I won't ruin the suspense, but the arcti are the 2 bears in the sky, Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, also known as the Big and Little Dippers. And there is another constellation called Draco, which slithers in between these bears. Necmora is a nice short phrase that needs a form of to be. Forms of essa were often left out in Latin poetry. The mora, delay, by the way, is in reference to the snake. Cadmus's men, the Phoenicians, are really caught unaware. The tricolon of seaway clauses are also intertwined. Either the Phoenicians, the Ili, were getting ready to fight, or for flight, or for neither of the above. But it doesn't matter because the snake has them either way. The diaeresis after occupat, where the word ends at the end of the first foot, gives us a very emphatic full stop here. It's as if Cadmus's men could have done any of the 3 things listed, but when we arrive at occupat, we find out that it was all in vain. The snake still gets them. The rest of the selection here is a brilliant tricolon, illustrating the myriad ways our ferocious mythological snake can kill mere mortals, with even a nice chiasmus. So let's do one more read-through. Allow the actions of the snake to come alive and terrify you. Illa volubilibus squamosos nexibus orbes torquet, et immensos soltus sinuatur narcus, ac media plus parta leves, erectus in auras despicit omne nimbus. Tanto quas corpora quanto, si totum spectes, geminas qui separat arctos, nec mora. Foini cas, si villi tela parabant, si fugam, si vipse timor prohibebat utrumque, occupat. Hos morsu, longis complexibus illos, hos necat, ad flati funesta taba veneni.